Former President Donald Trump's recent remarks concerning Iran's nuclear program have reignited tensions between the two nations. In multiple interviews, Trump alluded to the potential use of force against Iran to prevent the country from developing nuclear weapons. While expressing a preference for a negotiated agreement, his statements have been met with sharp criticism from Tehran. These pronouncements come amidst a backdrop of heightened scrutiny of Iran's nuclear activities. Tehran maintains its nuclear program serves purely peaceful purposes, a claim disputed by the U.S. and its allies. The International Atomic Energy Agency has reported that Iran continues to enrich uranium at levels that exceed the limits set by the 2015 nuclear deal, formerly known as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. The specter of a nuclear-armed Iran has long been a source of anxiety for the international community. A nuclear-capable Iran could significantly alter the balance of power in the Middle East, potentially sparking a regional arms race. The situation is further complicated by the deep mistrust that has characterized U.S. Iran relations for decades. This mistrust stems from a long history of animosity, dating back to the 1953 CIA-backed coup that overthrew Iran's democratically elected Prime Minister, Mohammad Mossadegh, and installed the Shah, a pro-Western monarch. Iran wasted no time in condemning Trump's statements, denouncing them as reckless and inflammatory. Iran's UN ambassador, Amir Saeed Iravani, lodged a formal complaint with the UN Security Council, accusing the United States of violating international law and the UN Charter. Iravani's letter specifically cited Article 2, Paragraph 4 of the Charter, which prohibits the threat or use of force against the territorial integrity or political independence of any state. Iran argues that Trump's rhetoric constitutes a clear threat of military action, which is impermissible under international law unless sanctioned by the Security Council or undertaken in self-defense. Tehran contends that its nuclear program is entirely peaceful and falls within its rights as a signatory to the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons. The Iranian government has warned of severe consequences should the United States launch any attack on its territory. While Iran insists its nuclear program is for civilian purposes, the international community remains skeptical. The IAEA has reported difficulties in accessing Iranian nuclear sites and obtaining complete information about its activities. The lack of transparency has fueled suspicions that Iran may be pursuing a clandestine nuclear weapons program. Trump's recent pronouncements signal a return to his signature maximum pressure campaign against Iran. This approach, which he employed during his first term, centers around imposing crippling economic sanctions on Iran to compel it to renegotiate the terms of the JCPOA. The JCPOA, agreed upon in 2015 by Iran and the P5+1, the United States, the United Kingdom, France, Russia, China, and Germany, aimed to curb Iran's nuclear ambitions in exchange for sanctions relief. Under the agreement, Iran committed to limiting its uranium enrichment activities, reducing its stockpile of enriched uranium, and granting international inspectors greater access to its nuclear facilities. Trump, however, argued that the JCPOA was the worst deal ever negotiated, and withdrew the United States from it in 2018. He claimed that the agreement was insufficiently stringent, and did not address Iran's ballistic missile program, or its support for regional proxies. The Trump administration then reimposed sanctions on Iran, targeting its oil exports, financial sector, and other key industries. The sanctions have had a devastating impact on the Iranian economy, leading to a sharp decline in the value of the Iranian rial, soaring inflation, and widespread shortages of essential goods. The renewed tensions between the United States and Iran have raised concerns about a potential military conflict. A war between the two countries would have catastrophic consequences for the region and the wider world. It would likely draw in regional actors like Saudi Arabia and Israel, potentially igniting a broader conflagration in the Middle East. The conflict could also disrupt global energy markets, as Iran is a major oil producer. The international community has urged both sides to exercise restraint and to pursue a diplomatic solution to the crisis. China, Russia, and the European Union have all expressed their support for the JCPOA, and have called on the United States to return to the agreement. However, the Biden administration has made it clear that it will not lift sanctions on Iran until it returns to full compliance with the JCPOA. Iran, in turn, has insisted that the United States must first lift sanctions before it will consider reversing its nuclear advancements.